What's up, guys? It's TJ, aka BSTMSTR, and I'm back for another album review here on Haphazard Hip Hop. So I think the best way for you to get introduced to Weird Al Young is to check out their website, which is hiphopzombies.com. In a world where everybody sounds the fucking same, these guys sound like nobody that I've ever heard before. Just saying. I think this is some cutting edge shit. It's got twists and turns where you don't know whether you should be laughing or shaking your head. Reverend Television is referred to by his friends as his solo artist name, which is 50 Dead. So, you know, in Uncomfortable and Awkward, he says, my friends call me 50. And OD is also commonly referred to as his solo artist go by, which is Dr. Dank. I don't call the guy Doctor, just call him Dank. But 50 and Dank are Spooky Diddle Fingers, aka Reverend Television, and OD. But they're also joined by their secret weapon, the infamous Buffalo Dills. That's right, Buffalo Dills is the third member of Weird Al Young. Yeah, what we've got here is a newborn baby with a stogie hanging out of his mouth, a bunch of empty liquor bottles, passed out in front of Club Ugly. That shit's pretty funny. Look at this. As you can see, these guys are as professional as you get. Let's take a look at the inside. Oh, damn, the CD's not even in there. It's played out. Alright, let's get into this album. Weird Al Young's Club Ugly is pretty fucking dope, in my opinion. It starts off with this barrage of labels. It might be safe to say that this album is kind of like an acid trip, but this album starts off with a track called Uncomfortable and Awkward. It's a wild anthem that's just ahead of its time, like Harlem Shake status. This is some real high-octane shit. It's just a fun song. You guys got to check out the music video for it. This is one of those albums that really makes an impact the first time you hear it, but it also is enjoyable upon several listens. It's just very well crafted, very well put together. There's a song called Empty, which is split up into 3 different tracks, part 1, 2, and 3, and each of the MCs of Weird Al Young take a verse, but it's split up across the entire album. You know, the first part, very solid verse from Buffalo Dills. You know, that shit is fresh right there. I think my favorite track on this album is Sponge. This is a smooth, funky, solid concept track. It's got these skits that are built into the flow. It's the perfect description of a skitta, which is somebody who mooches off of everyone else around them. A fucking sponge, you know what I mean? But this shit gets your head bobbing, and you almost forget that you're listening to a couple of weirdos. It's just such a fucking dope song. I put this song on just to feel good. And it's funny because in the lyrics you hear you hear Spooky and OD talking to each other, and of course they refer to each other as Dank and 50, but it's hilarious to me because Dank is being depicted as this sponge, and 50 is trying to motivate his buddy to pick his life up and stop mooching. And in the end of this song, it's actually Dank who convinces 50 to become a sponge with him, and at the end of the song they have not a dollar to their name, and it's fucking hilarious. When I first met Dr. Dank, he was standing on the street corner of Worcester hip-hop shows wearing a shirt that said, I need money. I had no fucking idea that this kid with huge glasses looked like one of the characters out of Peanuts Gang, and he literally would ask me for $1 every time I saw him at a local hip-hop show. These are the most unlikely cats in the game right now. But let me tell you something, they put it down. I've got links to live performances. I'll put them in the description of this video. Check out the live show. They're kicking ass and they're taking names. Now here's another hilarious track called Rim Jobs and Money. It's all about ass kissing, sphinx cursing, pyramid building, zombie walking. It's fucking hilarious. You know, they've got some skits in there that actually make me cringe. I mean, this is pure comedy gold is what this is. But the next track, They Caught Me, is another one of my favorites. Buffalo Dills, Rev, and OD are a triple threat of jerking off on the clock. This is probably one of the funniest concept tracks on this album. The next track, Join the Club. There's a lot of energy to this shit. It makes this a party album. But this is what I can only describe as tilted. Join the Club seems like it could have been the title track for this album. And then it goes right into Empty Part 2. Yeah, Rev flexes his lyrical skills on this. I really like this empty concept that just acts as a thread that ties this whole record together. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just want to give a real big shout out to everybody who's following Haphazard Hip Hop on Twitter. Originally, we were just following hip hop artists on Twitter, but now we are going to follow back everybody who follows us. So if you want to follow us, we'll follow you. It's creepy, but let's roll with it. Alright, back to the review. The next track is a fucking fan favorite. I love Whores. These guys completely let it hang out on this joint. It's a perverted masterpiece. And if you actually follow their flows, it's fucking mesmerizing. The track Underground Sound is a Buffalo Dills joint that completely shines on the production, and you can tell that he is in this element and he's just zoning with it. Weird Science. I think Dill spits his sickest verse yet on this whole album. Spooky kicks it on some next level-ish. Robotic Neanderthal Pothead from the Future is what I can only describe as a tongue-in-cheek microscope on technology-dependent hipsters of the world. I mean, seriously, even I can't peel my eyes away from my iPhone, and I feel a little bit guilty about that after listening to this track. Empty Part 3, you know, those haunting keys again. Musted and disgusted. These raps are like a water slide of bodily fluid that just stick to your own stomach. Fucking props to OD. I fucking love this dude. Forever Young. This is a killer track. It's another fan favorite, and it's been a show closer for Weird Die Young performances for months before they even released this fucking album. So actually, for all of us that are down with Weird Die Young, we already knew half of these tracks before we even got to hear the studio recordings of it. Edith Brown is another classic track. It really sets Weird Die Young apart from pretty much everybody. And if you want to split hairs over that, you're just going to have to check it out for yourself. You can buy Club Ugly on iTunes, or you can check it out on hiphopzombies.com. There's a lot of other albums for free download available on their website. If anything else, make sure you check out the Uncomfortable and Awkward music video. It's a piece of work, let me tell you. And I'm actually proud to say that I have a cameo appearance in that bitch. So bonus points if you can spot your boy Beastmaster in there. Let me know what you think of Club Ugly. Maybe you can even make a video response after you heard the record, and show us on the doll where Dank and OD touched you. It just seems like nowadays there's less and less artists that are keeping my interest longer than 15 seconds on a song. They just don't have what I'm looking for. Weird Die Young had something that I didn't even know I was looking for, and I keep going back to their tracks as opposed to, you know, exploring other people's tracks, and that's why I give this album a fucking 9 out of 10. Alright guys, I appreciate you sticking with me this long into the video. I hope I made a subscriber out of you. Of course, I'll talk to you in the comments. Check out Weird Die Young, hiphopzombies.com, Underground Sound Records, which is We Are USR on Facebook, and Hip Hop Zombies on Twitter, and a whole bunch of other links that are in the description, of course. This is Haphazard Hip Hop. Make sure you check out this channel's stream, the feed, the likes, the playlist, and all that good shit. Alright, see ya! All I want to do is go and splash. Yeah! Join the club, join the club, join the club, join the club.